When installing a QuietCool whole house fan in a home, the location of the fan intake grill is very important. Improper location can negatively affect the performance of the fan and the homeowner's experience with the system. When QuietCool systems are installed in the correct locations, maximum airflow and whole house ventilation is achieved, making the system efficient and allowing the homeowner to enjoy the system to its fullest. But when installing a QuietCool roof mount whole house fan, it is even more important to find a location that works for both the intake grill and the fan unit on the roof. When installing a QuietCool centrally located in the home, you will want to look at the ceiling for a good wide open area that is not next to a smoke detector or can lights and is away from any HVAC ducting. The best spot to install a fan is at the top of the stairs in a 2-story home or in the central hallway of a single-story home. Either floor plan will provide a good central location that will allow the QuietCool system to pull air from all areas of the house. The goal is to strategically open windows that will allow the fan to pull the breeze across the widest possible living space. Now that you know the best locations for the intake grill, it's time to find the best location for the fan unit. This will depend on which unit you're installing. Let's start with the roof mount damper box model, or the RMWHF 4.0 DB. This fan unit is typically used in homes that have a sealed or conditioned attic. These installations make it fairly easy to find a location for both the fan unit and the damper box. Once you have selected a location for the damper box and grill, you will need to find a good location for the fan unit. The fan unit will be connected to the damper box with a 9-foot duct. You want to make sure you install the fan unit close enough to the damper box so that you have a nice S-bend in the duct. You do not want to install the duct without a bend, as it will make the fan louder. Once you have found a location that will work for the fan unit, make sure there are no obstructions in the attic or roof. Next, let's talk about the roof mount damper grill models, the RMWHF 4.0 DG1 or DG2. To determine the spacing of the rafters, we recommend the use of a stud finder. This will allow you to determine whether you need a DG1 or a DG2 model. The roof mount whole house fan is designed for roof rafters that have a spacing of 24 inches or greater on center. If the roof rafters are less than 24 on center, you will want to center the fan over the bay in which you're installing the damper grills. In this scenario, a few inches of the fan hole will overhang into another bay on either side. As long as the bays are sealed, this should not be an issue, as the air will only pull from the damper grills within the center bay. The DG1 model was designed for rafters that are 24 inches or greater on center. The damper grill included with the DG1 model needs 24 inches of clearance. If the ceiling has rafters that are less than 24 inches on center, the DG2 will be a better option, as the damper grills included with the DG2 model only need 16 inches of clearance. We recommend installing the fans so that the grills are centrally located within the home. Make sure to find a rafter bay that is centrally located with a minimum spacing of 5 inches between the ceiling drywall and the roof. We recommend having a minimum offset of 3 feet between the damper grill and the fan unit to reduce sound transfer. If installing the DG2 model, make sure the damper grills are evenly spaced at a minimum of 3 feet from either side of the fan unit. If there is venting in the bay that the fan and grill are being installed in, you will need to seal off the side next to the damper grill to create an airtight cavity. Note that if installing on a sloped ceiling, be sure the dampers are installed so that they open from the bottom side of the slope, so that gravity will close the dampers when the fan is turned off. If installed incorrectly, the dampers will not properly close. If there is no power near the bay where you're installing the fan unit, you will need to run power either on the roof or inside the bay. The last model we're going to cover is the roof mount plenum model, or the RMWHF 4.0 PL. It is essential that the ceiling has rafters that are 24 inches or greater on center. The damper grill needs 24 inches of clearance, so if the ceiling has rafters that are less than 24 on center, a drop-down curb would need to be fabricated to install the grill. After finding a good central location in the home, you will need to head to the roof to ensure that there's a large enough area to fit the plenum box with no obstructions. Please know that if installing on a sloped ceiling, be sure the dampers are installed so that they open from the bottom side of the slope, so gravity will close the dampers when the fan is turned off. If installed incorrectly, the dampers will not properly close. If both the plenum box location and grill location are satisfactory, you're ready to start the QuietCool installation.